Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are tackling the problem called XOR, After Range Multiplication Queries 1. This is problem number 3653, and it is categorized as a medium difficulty problem. As always, I want to remind you early on that if any part of this explanation feels confusing, please leave a comment down below, and I will absolutely respond to help clear it up. Here is the official problem description right off the Leetcode website. It is a bit of a mouthful to read through, so let's just break down exactly what it is asking us to do using some visuals. We start off with a given list of numbers, which we'll call our target array. We are also given a second list containing queries, which are basically just sets of instructions telling us how to modify our target array. Each individual query always gives us 4 specific pieces of information to work with. The first 2 numbers define our boundaries, telling us to start at a certain index and end at another index. The third number is our step size, which dictates how many spaces we jump forward as we move through our defined range. The fourth and final number is a multiplier value, and we have to take every number we land on in our array and multiply it by this value. There is one big catch here. Because multiplying over and over can create massive numbers, the problem forces us to take the remainder of a very large constant after every single multiplication to prevent overflow. After we have processed every single query and fully updated our array, our final goal is to merge all the remaining numbers together using a bitwise exclusive OR operation and return that result. Okay, so how do we solve it? Well, because the constraints for this specific problem are relatively small, the best way is to actually just simulate the process exactly as the rules described. To see simulation in action, let's do a quick dry run using the first example from the problem description. We start at index 0, take the number 1, multiply it by our value of 4, and update the array. Since our step size is 1, we move immediately to index 1, and update that value to 4 as well. Finally, we step to index 2, which is the end of our range, and update our last element. Now that the query is completely processed, we just need to take the bitwise exclusive OR of all 3 4s. When you exclusive OR a number with itself, it cancels out to 0, so 4 exclusive ORed with 4 is 0, and 0 exclusive ORed with the final 4 gives us our answer of 4. We are going to look at the Python code first to see how to actually build this. Here is the complete Python solution. But don't worry about reading it all at once. Let's break it down into manageable chunks. First, we set up a main loop that goes through every single query, and we unpack our start index, end index, step size, and multiplier value into separate variables. Next, we create an inner loop using Python's built-in range function to easily jump from our start index to our end index, taking steps based on our step size variable. Inside that inner loop, we grab the current array value, multiply it by our target value, immediately apply that modulo operation, and then save it right back into the array. Once all queries are totally finished, we set a result variable to 0, loop through our newly updated array, exclusive OR every number into our result, and simply return it. Now, are there any weird edge cases we need to worry about with this approach? If one of our queries gives us a multiplier of 0, our code naturally handles it by just turning those array elements into 0 without causing any errors. Also, because we apply the modulo operation directly inside the update loop, our intermediate numbers never grow large enough to cause overflow crashes no matter how many times we multiply them. So how efficient is this simulation approach in terms of big O notation? The time complexity is order n times q, where n represents the number of items in our starting array, and q represents the total number of queries we have to process. This is because in the absolute worst-case scenario, every single query might ask us to walk through the entire array one step at a time, forcing us to do n amount of work q amount of times. The space complexity is a highly efficient order one, which is also known as constant space. We achieve this constant space because we are modifying the initial array directly in place, and we only use a tiny bit of extra memory for our loop tracking variables. Before we move on to other languages, what are the main lessons we can take away from this problem? The first takeaway is that if a problem's constraints are small enough to allow it, directly simulating the process is often the safest and easiest path to a passing solution. The second takeaway is that when dealing with potential integer overflows, you must apply your modulo operation at every intermediate step, not just at the very end of your calculations. If you want to grab this code without having to type it all out yourself from the video, I have a solution for you. You can head over to Leetcode, unlock.com using the link in the description to easily copy and paste the exact code I just showed you. For those of you who don't use Python, as promised, here are the full solutions in a few other popular languages. Here is the complete working solution translated into Java for you to use. Next up, if you are a C++ developer, here is the version for you. And finally, here is the simulation approach implemented in JavaScript, taking advantage of big int for the modulo math. Real quick before we wrap up, you can probably tell that this channel sounds a bit different, and that's because this voice is entirely generated by AI. I actually built this system for myself, so I could automatically generate these explanations the second a new daily problem drops, allowing me to study a lot faster. I have recently changed up the format of these videos to have these really short, fast-paced slides, so please let me know down in the comments if you prefer this style over the older ones. I share these videos publicly without any annoying mid-roll ads or sponsorships, because I personally find those incredibly distracting when I'm trying to focus and learn. If you appreciate this ad-free format and want to support my ultimate goal of covering every single Leetcode problem, you can buy me a boba at the link right there on the screen. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a daily problem. Keep coding, and I will catch you in the next one.